again, people, it's Charlie and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing alright this evening as always. So then, we're back with another predicted 11 video, but this one is obviously the first predicted 11 video under the new manager, Jesse Marsch. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of talk about how he likes to set up, in terms of formation, etc. So this is going to be an interesting one. So hopefully I can, based on the stuff I'm hearing and the stuff I'm seeing, I'm going to try and gauge what starting 11 it could be and what formation as well. But just before I get into it, people, smash that like button. Please subscribe and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And yeah, let's get into it then. So Jesse Marsch took his first pre-game press conference earlier on today, ahead of the game at the King Power on Saturday against Leicester City. And again, spoke really well. He does like to reference Bielsa. I think he's obviously acknowledging that Marcelo will always be a Leeds United legend and that the fans are still a bit upset that he's gone. But he understands that. He seems like he respects that, which is really good as well. But, you know, we're under a new coach now and we need to really get behind this guy. And from what I'm hearing and seeing about him, like I said, he does seem like it's a good coach. And what I will just say as well in advance is that if we don't win on Saturday, don't get on his back. You know, hopefully we get a new coach bounce. But as long as we set up in a bit more of a pragmatic style, I think that'll be really interesting. And I mean, I'm quite intrigued to see how that plans out for us. But please don't get please don't get on his back if Leeds don't win, you know, because he has only had a few days in training with them. But hopefully he can, you know, start that new coach bounce and we can get further away from that bottom three. So in terms of his lineup, I do think he's going to go with a 4-2-2-2. That's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm hearing, and that's what I believe that Leeds will at least start up like on Saturday. So we've seen goal, Illan Meslier, slightly out of form. His confidence seems really low at the minute. A lot of the goals are not just his fault, it's the defence that's been in front of him. But, you know, hopefully under the new coach he can, you know, he can thrive. His distribution's been poor all season, so hopefully that's something that Marsch has identified and that he can work on with him and the goalkeeping coaches as well. But yeah, Christopher Claessen's nowhere near Illan Meslier's level, so it will always be Meslier at the minute. At right back, I've seen a few people say that it could be Dallas at right back. I don't think so personally. I think Marsch will play players in their correct positions. So I think Luke Ayling will assume the right back position. Again, a player that could really thrive under Jesse Marsch. A player that hasn't been in great form of late, in my opinion. So yeah, I think the centre-back partnership, from what I'm seeing, is that he's going to go with a bit of experience at the back, which could see Pascal Struijk be dropped from the starting 11. As much as I don't want that, I'm just interested to see how it works out in a Jesse Marsch system. So based on the rumours I'm hearing, I think the centre-back partnership is going to be Llorente and Koch. You know, Spanish and German internationals who need to be performing better than what they have been, so hopefully they can. And left-back will be Junior Firpo. Again, our only out-and-out left-back, so it makes sense. The two in holding midfield then, I think is going to be Stuart Dallas and Adam Forshaw. Both very good defensive-minded players, and I feel like in a slightly deeper role they could flourish. I think Dallas might push slightly further forward than Adam Forshaw, but I think the whole point of having them as a two is that Dallas can obviously, he can go forward and be a bit more of a box-to-box midfielder, and if Adam Forshaw needs cover, Dallas can, you know, come back and, you know, I think in transitions as well. I think that those two are the best, but given the players that are available now to occupy that role. The two out wide then, I think on the right is going to be Rafinha. And on the left, this is where it gets tricky for me. I would like to see Dan James on the left, but I think he's going to go Jack Harrison on the left. And up front, I think he's going to go with Dan James and Rodrigo. Now, in my alternative scenario where James is on the left, I would love to see Gelhardt and Rodrigo. I think it's going to be one of those two scenarios for me. And I think whichever way he decides to go on that left-hand side, I think the overall starting 11 is good and it excites me. It's a different way of playing, a bit more pragmatism, which I would be more than happy to see, and hopefully it can help us get a positive result. In terms of team news as well, I forgot to mention, Patrick Bamford is very close. He has been training on the grass, which is good to hear. And Calvin Phillips and Liam Cooper are both very close as well, but unfortunately won't make the Leicester game. But if those three players can be back maybe next week, that's a huge boost for Jesse Marsch, and hopefully that can help us improve over the coming weeks. So yeah, that is my predicted lineup for Jesse Marsch's first league game in charge against Leicester on Saturday. So as I said at the beginning, people, make sure you hit that like button, smash the subscribe as well. We're so close to hitting 1,000 subs, guys. I do keep saying it, but let's have a real push now to get me to 1k subs as soon as possible. Hit me up with your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in my pre-match thoughts upload, which will be tomorrow night, people. I'll see you in a bit.